and that way it was a great way of, oh, thanks, Elisa. Yeah, it's being recorded too, by the way, so we can share this more widely. And we thought, COVID's it's still here, but the reasons why we set up our 8:30 dailies are gone. And what our members were really looking for was a more, I guess, detailed update of what was happening in IWN land. And we were pretty keen to share that because there's a lot going on and a lot of really good positive stuff. So we thought we'll trial these weekly 8:30 updates on a Wednesday. We just picked a Wednesday for no particular reason. And, we'll trial it and see how it goes, and we'll get a bit of feedback as we go along. So we're pretty keen to get your feedback. So after this call, happy to have some suggestions. In the invite, there is a forward agenda. So we're going to get updates from all of the program managers as we go along. All of the winners of the Water Ministers Climate Innovation Challenge, and a whole bunch of stuff about trials and all the work that we're doing. So there's a whole really good agenda. So I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the lands and waterways on which we live, work and play. We recognise and respect their care for country for thousands of generations. We acknowledge and respect the significance of their cultural and heritage beliefs, and will walk together with them to recognise their spirit, people and place. We acknowledge the impact of the actions of the past and commit to a future of healing and reconciliation, and we acknowledge the need to change to realise that commitment. We pay our respect to the elders past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to First Nations elders and First Nations people present today. Welcome, and I've already done that, and reasonable adjustments other than my own. If there's any reasonable adjustments, just let us know. If you do want to ask a question, please turn your camera on so people can see you. If you're having bandwidth issues, please turn your camera off, and that may improve things. So look, straight into it. Our agenda today, I'll give you a very quick update on the operating model for IWN and what we've done and why and how we're doing that. We're going to get an update from the Circular Economy Program, which is Michael and Kerryn sitting in the local IGA. We're going to do an update from one of the winners of the Water Ministers Climate Innovation Challenge, which is the low carbon cement, which is Hayley. So she's here, so welcome, Hayley. Actually, it's a Barwon Water Day today, so our first update's all about Barwon Water, by the look of it. And then we'll just throw it open for conversation at the end. If you do have some questions, raise your hand or chuck it in the chat. That'd be great. So, Elisa's up to her tricks again. So the wheel spins this time. I didn't realise that when you clicked onto it. So what we did at the end of last year is that we looked at IWN and we said, look, for IWN to grow and continue to do all of the good work that we do, we can't keep operating the way that we are. Essentially, Elisa and myself were working, just about every hour God gives. And we also realised that, every time we go to a program working group meeting, there were 200 people invited, and essentially it wasn't functional. The work was being done by essentially the program manager and the deputy program manager and Elisa and myself. So we said, look, there's got to be a better way. So we did a whole bunch of consultation. We talked to the leadership team, we talked to the champions, we talked to a bunch of stakeholders across our member groups. And what we came up with was this notion of the hub and spoke model, where IWN Central, being Elisa and myself, what we would do is we would establish all of the templates and the scaffold and all of the processes, etc., that would enable the programs to essentially be successful. And then what we do is we would set up formal working group meetings of 6 to 8 people, and we'll hear from the Circular Economy Program in a tick to how they're doing it. And that working group would then develop a roadmap for the program with their key initiatives, etc., and a budget, and IWN Central would provide that budget, unless it was totally unreasonable. It would provide part of that budget to the program. So essentially it was setting the programs up to be truly member-led, because obviously the chairs of the programs, the program managers and deputy program managers, are from our membership, and it's enabling those programs to succeed. So it's reducing that reliance for that success on IWN Central. And then that allows Elisa and I to go and do more strategic things like, increase the Water Ministers Climate Innovation Challenge, which we've got some exciting announcements to make in the fullness of time. We are embargoed at the moment, and I can see Jacqueline looking at me going, "Oh my God, what's he going to say?" You know, it's all right, Jack. I'm keeping a lid on it. But in the fullness of time, we have some really exciting announcements. That's about all I can say about that, isn't it, Jacqueline? So that's all good. And other things. So we're looking at the standing up an innovation festival in partnership with Oil Utilities and a whole bunch of folks later next year, and that's a really exciting thing to do. So that enables Elisa and I to then move forwards. So that's the why and the what. And what we've done is we've established these working groups. Each working group has a formal terms of reference, and its structure is a working group structure. Each program will have a roadmap, and we don't want 50 key initiatives for each program. That would be silly. Just a handful of key initiatives for each program would be great. And we'll hear from Circular Economy in a tick about how they're developing their roadmap. It's up to the working groups as to their cadence, but in cadence, it's not just about the meeting times, it's about the comms, it's about how you share the results and the trial opportunities with members. So it's about having a cadence in all aspects of the program. Elisa and I have stood up these templates. We did a whole bunch of work at the end of last year and beginning of this year to set those templates up, and they're all ready to go and in use. And we also have some program documentation. So we use our Knowledge Hub and SharePoint site to do all of that. So that's a really positive thing to do, and it seems to be working quite well. Oops, sorry, wrong way, Jason. So, all right. So what I'll do is I'll stop sharing and I'll throw over to Michael and Kerryn, who are, so Michael's the program manager for Circular Economy and Kerryn is the deputy program manager. And let them share with what's going on, and I'll see if I can fix my speakers. All right. Thanks so much. Cheers.
Thanks, Jay. So let's just do a quick comms check. Can everyone hear me okay? Get a thumbs up. Yeah, great. Well, great to be here. And Jace, thanks for that kind introduction. Perhaps it's worthwhile just opening up for those that don't know myself and Kerryn with a quick introduction. So my name's Michael Thomas. I'm from Barwon Water. I'm the Research and Development Coordinator at Barwon Water. And I've been involved with IWN now for, gosh, since I've been in the water sector, about 8 years. So journeyed from a 2IC to a champion, then into the program lead for knowledge sharing. And now, the program lead for Circular Economy. So that's myself. I'll hand over to Kerryn.
Mr. Smith, a Research and Development Specialist at Barwon Water as well. And I've been involved in the circular economy for a couple of years now, and I'm really excited about this program.
Yeah, so a super quick update from us, folks. We don't have any slides, but I just thought it'd just be worthwhile, conveying what we've been up to and what the near-term plans are. But yeah, in short, I suppose the focus really for the first 6 months of this is really to stand up the IWN Circular Economy program. And the program itself consists of 3 streams. And probably one of the streams that everyone will be familiar with is what is called the biosolids stream. Or another way to consider it really is just solids, because it will encompass, it does include alum sludge and other aspects as well. That stream will be led, or is being led, by Aravind Surupanini and Rodrigo Marquina, who everyone, again, will be familiar with. So that's a fairly, and it's been an established stream now for a number of years. And we're hoping to really promote that work that they've been doing and build on the successes that they've had in the last few years. The 2 other streams, I suppose, of particular focus of setting up, what might be broadly called the liquids and gas. So a theme here of solids, liquids, gas. The liquids with a focus on recycled water and nutrient recovery. And at the moment, that's being headed up by Lee Gow from Southeast Water. It's probably appropriate at this point in time to do a bit of an advertorial pitch that we are looking for. We're looking for good folk to join the streams as well. So if anyone's interested to join any of the streams, part of the working group, or just are interested generally in circular economy, don't hesitate to put your hand up and get in touch. Yeah, so Lee Gow will be heading up the nutrient recovery / recycled water stream. The other stream that we have is the gas stream, probably initially with a focus on hydrogen and oxygen, as we might expect, but also other potential recovery sources. the gas stream being head up by John Day from Northeast Water, who will be, again, known to most of us in IWN, in the IWN family, but also a new entrant, Deepak Malia from Barwon Water. So Deepak is working on in the hydrogen space at Barwon Water at the moment. So, yeah, I guess in the coming 6 months, really, the focus in particular on developing and consolidating and building the team, the working groups within each of those streams, and then setting out developing I guess, in effect, stream roadmaps that will constitute a circular economy roadmap for IWN. So, and probably it's worthwhile as well. I should acknowledge, I can see John's online here. I'm not sure, I can't see in the gaggle of faces I've got on my screen at the moment, Aravind, Rodrigo, but also Lee Gow. I can see Rodrigo, thanks, mate. Yeah, for standing up, putting your hand up to be part of the circular economy working group in each of those streams. So, yeah, big focus for the program, as I mentioned, is standing up the 2 new streams. What we're aiming to do as well is, I suppose, get off on the right foot by just developing, documentation, some of the governance around that. Pretty boring stuff, but things we just want to get the structure right, I suppose, for the program going forward. A key part... Yeah, we've had our first quarterly meeting. That's worthwhile mentioning as well. So we're as a program, we'll be looking to hold 4 program level meetings a year, which will be constituted by the stream leads, myself. Deeka will attend the circular economy working group with the team, the water team out of Deeka there. So yeah, we've had our first meeting on that already. I think a key element of the circular economy program as an overall program, as Jason alluded to, but we'll be standing up a roadmap as well. So identifying what are our key activities, what are our key goals and aspirations within IWN more broadly as a sector that we want to achieve, that we would like to achieve in the circular economy space, as an IWN family as well. And the roadmap will broadly consist of, as we would come to appreciate, understanding what the trials in that space will be. So perhaps in the biosolid space, there's the Pyroco trial, marked, or phase 2, as I should call it, that is getting underway with an aspiration to be carbonising towards the end of the year. There is the Earth Systems trial that Northeast Water are doing in partnerships with with Earth Systems. Sorry, it's just dropped off. Yeah, so a couple of really exciting trials in the biosolid space. Lee Gow doing some great work in the nutrient recovery space. He's got some excellent research underway. We're looking to expand the trial opportunities in the nutrient recovery and recycled water space. So again, just put a call out if you've got any, if you're doing activities at the moment that you think might warrant, some uplift and some broader profile, and you would like to get in touch on that, then please let us know. And finally, in the gas or the hydrogen, oxygen space led by John and Deepak, number of trials that will be getting underway in that space. Again, body of work being done by Northeast Water, and also, an emerging opportunity at Barwon Water that will be ready for announcement in the coming few weeks. So I guess we've got some trials that are sort of, some that are underway. We're looking for opportunities to build. So again, if you've got some fresh ideas and would like to, get broader awareness and promotion and formalise it as an IWN circular economy trial in any of those streams, then feel free to get in touch. Probably another element that we'd like to do with the circular economy program is to undertake some professional development training in the circular economy in general terms. And it might be worthwhile actually. If I invite Kerryn to make a few words on an interesting initiative that she's been working on in the last month.
Yeah, so we there is an existing circular economy training program which is quite broad, delivered by the UN. A lot of colleagues at Barwon Water, and I know quite broadly, have undertaken that training. We've been in discussions with the UN to make it a water-specific circular economy training program and make that available across Victorian water sector. And they've been really interested, sent through a proposal. We've had a few meetings to really make sure that will work for the Victorian water sector and at all levels, and make sure that will be accessible in various formats as well, in different delivery in different delivery models. And so, yeah, we're looking to start to look at funding opportunities for that, and also best delivery mode as a pilot, which will then potentially be rolled out more broadly.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Kerryn. So some pretty exciting work underway there in the, I guess, professional development and uplift space. And probably finally, we're also looking for partnerships and opportunities to connect. We're having conversations at the moment with DECA and trying to understand how the IWN Circular Economy program can work I guess, that departmental circular economy forum that DECA has stood up the last few years. So some good opportunity in that space. And I guess finally, I suppose, again, I'd just invite anyone, if you've got a trial that's happening in the circular economy space and you think that it might reasonably and neatly fit with any of the streams, then don't hesitate to get in touch. And, it could be a real opportunity to raise the profile of it, do some knowledge sharing in general across the sector. We're formally looking to launch the Circular Economy Program at the IWN Members Conference in late July. That's probably it from ourselves at the moment, but thanks for your time.
Thank you, Michael and Kerryn. Great job. So can you hear me? Yay, I can hear you now. So this is fantastic. All right. So I'd like to hand over to Hayley to give us an update on their project. Hayley is from Barwon Water, but the project is called Low Carbon Cement. It was the winner of the Water Minister's Climate Innovation Challenge in 2023, and it is a collaboration between Barwon Water, Yarra Valley Water, and North East Water. So, Hayley, it's over to you to give us an update on where you're at with the project. Thanks.
Thanks, Jason. Morning, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, just quickly, I'm Innovation and Sustainability Specialist at Barwon Water. And like Jason said, I was one of the 3 successful funded projects. Sorry, there were 2 successful winners. Both were actually partly Barwon Water, but the one I'm talking about today is the low carbon concrete project. So Yarra Valley Water is leading the project with assistance from North East Water and me at Barwon Water. Just a bit of an update. So ACON were the successful tenderers for the project, and it was kicked off earlier this year. There were 2 main aims, I suppose. First one was to recommend low carbon concrete alternatives for water industry applications and infrastructure, with the purpose of reducing our carbon footprints in the water sector. The method was to engage with many, sorry, got a bit of a cold, many concrete experts from around the world and Australia in lots of water sectors to understand their journey of low carbon concrete and see how we can learn and implement their thinking. We want to do this by breaking the journey into bite-sized pieces we can all achieve, as we're aware that we're all on different parts of our journeys for reducing carbon, especially scope 3 emissions. So the pathways, I guess it's called the pathways document at the moment. Maybe it will have a bit of a nicer name when it's finalised, but what we call the pathways document looks at things like organisation level procurement, knowledge sharing, technical specifications, so that we can all get a bit more understanding of how to reduce carbon with concrete. The other part of the project was to create a low carbon concrete mix tool so that all water corps can have a look at this tool and see which low carbon concretes are suitable for our assets and infrastructure. Again, to reduce carbon. This is an amazing tool, and it will save a lot of water corps coming up with all their own tools and all paying for individual and separate consultants to do the work. So the tool is just a starting point at the moment and will be redefined as we get more EPDs, environmental product disclosures for concrete, and will be made relevant to local suppliers. So it's not just for a few water corps, it's valuable for all Victorian water corps. I suppose the most current update for the project is the pathways document. which will have 7 low concrete pathways, will be that plus a tool will be disseminated in some form. So Lisa's working hard with everyone you can imagine, WASA, Vic Water, IWN, DECA, to see how we can get the biggest audience possible to roll these documents out so that we're not just keeping the information to ourselves. And we'll, of course, let you all know how we're going to present the information. We're hoping for an in-person presentation, but hybrid as well, so that people can join online, so that it's not just the metro people who can easily get to Melbourne. So I suppose that's an update, but it's really exciting. The $30,000 we received from IWN and the Water Minister has gone a long way, actually. We really targeted just a key document so that we didn't ask consultants for the world. So yeah, it's really exciting to be part of. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Hayley. That was a terrific update, and great to see that project going forward at full steam ahead. So yeah, congratulations on all that good work that you and the team are doing. Fantastic. And look at that, we are spot on time. We've got time for some conversation. So if you've got any questions of Michael, Kerryn, Hayley, or myself, or you just want to throw something out for conversation, this is now the time. So we've got 7 minutes left in the call. So just open your mic and away we go. Let's kick off. Who wants to start? This is where 5 minutes of silence.
Hi, Hayley, it's Jackie here. I'm from DECA. I'm thrilled to hear the update on the project and that you're happy and it sounds like it's going really well. I guess I'm just wondering about timing. How are you going for timing?
Yeah, we're on track, weirdly. I think because we don't really have any trials happening, or we're relying on construction of something. The consultants are keeping to their timelines. Lisa's a great project manager and keeping them true. I think within the next few months, we'll have everything finalised. We've all reviewed the documents ourselves, and ACOM are just putting the final touches to them.
Wow, that's awesome. That's good.
Thanks, Hayley.
Yeah, cool.
So there's a question in the chat from Murray.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry, I'll open the chat. Go, Murray. Yep.
Oh, no worries. Thanks, guys. Oh, Hayley, yeah, my question was just about timing, sort of as well. I was just looking forward to seeing this tool. When will we see it or have it in our hands?
Ooh, Murray. I would say definitely before the end of this year. Let's say 3 to 4 months. I think once we've publicised it and presented it and explained how to use it so that people aren't making mistakes, it's very simple, but just to get the background knowledge, yeah, I think everyone will be able to use it fairly easily before the end of the year. Yeah, and it is quite timely because our design consultant CMP, we have them for the next 5 years. They're promoting a very similar tool. So I feel that lots of water corps will be talking to their design partners who are saying, here we go, here's something. But if they're all slightly different, I think we're all just probably going to be spending a lot of money on something that we're creating with this funded project anyway. So more than happy to share it.
Fantastic. Thanks, Hayley. Anyone else got a question? If not, no one gets upset by calling a meeting short, which is great. So just a couple of advertisements from our side. We do have the members conference on the 29th of July. We'll get Elisa to send through a link on the chat. If not, in our newsletter, which hopefully you've all got, there's a link to ticketing there. It is free to all members. It's at Story Hall this year, and their theme is collaborative transformation, which is great. If you are not on our Knowledge Hub, please register for the Knowledge Hub. And again, we'll circulate a link for that. And that's where all of the great information and knowledge resides. It's a SharePoint system that's pretty easy to use. Or you can just go to our website and register through that. So look, thanks so much for your participation today and coming along for the update. If you've got any feedback, again, just drop us a line, and yeah, we're happy to hear it as we go through this sort of piloting this new way of operating. We'll see you, as they used to say in the classic, same bat time, same bat channel. So next Wednesday at 8:30. I won't be here. I'm undergoing a small operation next Wednesday morning, so I will be out for the count at this time next Wednesday. But Elisa will be in the chair and doing a great job. So thanks so much for your participation, and have a great Wednesday. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great week.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.